Hey guys, Brandon Johnson here. Wanted to talk to you really quick about a great question I was asked. Somebody asked, is September the best time to buy a home? And I thought about it a little bit longer, and I always say, yeah, it's a great time to buy a home. But the reality is I looked at a little bit of data here and some national trends and everything we're looking at, and that actually shows some pretty interesting stuff. September is proving to be a great time to buy. The reason I say that is there's three major factors that go into that. You have your supply, which is an interesting thing to look at, because right now, according to a daily survey done on Realtor.com, the single most indicating factor from buyers and why they haven't pulled the trigger yet is because they haven't found the home they're looking for. What's interesting to look at that factor, though, is that right now in the month of September, we're looking at inventory, which has been on the market for a while and is now starting to decline in price. If you look at the averages, our inventory is actually up 3% from July to August. And from January through August, it's up 21% over last year. So those numbers show that we're on a steady incline of inventory, which is a phenomenal spot to be. The second factor in all of this is when we look at demand, right? So once school starts, the real estate market starts to dwindle pretty heavily. You got parents and families who are trying to get back into the routine of school and looking at what's going on, replanning schedules. A lot of times, the last thing they want to do is look at how do we buy a new house, move in the middle of the school year, are we changing school districts, are we changing school locations? All those factors sort of kind of weigh us down in the market. So the demand is definitely declining. We've seen a decrease from June to July. 12% is a loss in contracts signed. So from June to July, we saw a 12% decrease over last year as far as homes that are under contract. So when we look at stats like that, that tells us that demand is definitely shrinking. And of course, now that the school year is just around the corner, demand is going to slow down even further. And you know, there's a lot to be said about finding the best deals in winter, right? If we look at different patterns of pricing and the median age of inventory on, you know, there's that indicator that's telling us that demand will continue to drop as we move into the dead of winter. And of course, you know, there's beauty parts when we talk about is September a great time to buy, because signing a contract in September most likely means you're going to close by Thanksgiving, which of course makes it pretty opportune because you're less likely to move in the dead of winter, having a lot of great opportunities to continue to move forward and hopefully finding a home that's out there because the inventory is at a high level. So the third reason we're talking about why September is a great time to buy is the mortgage rates. If you've been watching the markets at all, you'll notice that we've had some decline in the stock markets. Well, the decline in the stock market is actually helping drive mortgage rates down, which is great. We saw nationally, we saw averages in June of 4.2% on a 30-year fixed. That was the peak. They're starting to come back down. You know, and they're kind of dancing around that 4% mark. I have some clients right now who have been under, 4% at 3 3/4. Some people are even at 3.5, depending on where you're at with credit scores. So there's some great opportunities there. So all in all, when we talk about is September a great time to buy? Well, if we look at lower interest rates, you have more choices in inventory, you have less competition, prices are continuing to decrease throughout the season, and you have a chance to move before snow is really on the ground permanently to stay, we hope. So that right there is 5 great reasons why September is a great time to look at buying a home. I encourage you, get out there. If you're in the market, now is a great time to start looking. Give me a call if you see something you want to take a look at or if you have any questions. Thank you guys so much. If you have any other questions you're interested about, feel free, email them, put them in the comments, whatever. More than happy to talk to you about it and kind of just posting interactive videos to really help you guys out. So here's the best. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Bye-bye.